Hey, what's up, everyone? I want to pose a quick question in regards to our brother Shannon Sharpe. I know everybody's seen in the news with the allegations of the young lady said, accused him of rape, and he came out publicly and said it didn't happen. But now the information coming out that he may have offered $10 million settlement with them, which is not uncommon. People do things tonight. Law enforcement hasn't got involved as far as I know, so and it may just stay as more of a smear campaign. And I seen Stephen A. Smith come out this morning, and we noted that it doesn't look good. And say he talked with him, and I know other podcasts and radio show hosts would have talked about it. But it's the question I want to have with everyone, and this, just me speaking personally. It seemed like the resounding message is more so you don't want this information to come out because it can affect your brand, affect your public image, and even with Stephen A. Smith coming up speaking earlier, ESPN said it may drop him. This is probably where I'm a little confused at, right? Because it seems like everybody's on this, all the time. I own this, I own that. Like I said, God knows I hope nothing happened in regards to somebody getting raped or anything like that. But it seems, because they've been doing these negotiations and it didn't go the way people wanted to go, I don't necessarily know if that's a point of contention, because it seems like some words were said, some things were by him. He said it was a shortened tape, but it doesn't look good or sound good rather for him. But back to my question, I know Shannon Sharpe has probably two of the largest podcasts out there with the Club Shay Shay and the late night thing he had with Chad Ochocinco. And at the end of the day, I guess that I don't think his followers are going to have a problem. You may have some, but I think for the most part, they're not going to have a damn problem with, the allegations. They're going to believe what he said because he got in front of it. Not saying that people are blind, but I don't necessarily know if he's going to have any problem with that. He has his Lookers brand that he's going out, reaching out to people with. Now, that may have some issues in regards to different stores, different venues, being able to deal with them. And even some of with the podcast, I can see some of the corporate sponsors backing out initially from everything with that. But overall, I'm a little reserved with just listening. Like, hey man, look, this is not the end of his. He owns this stuff, only unless he does not own this stuff. Because I was having some conversation with some people in regards to, hey man, it's your image, is certain things. I'm fully self-employed, and I know everything I've owned. I'm very conscious about my image and how things I portray myself, how I carry myself, and everything like that. But I do understand if this goes away or certain opportunities or partnerships I may have with people, I still got things that are mine that I can fall back on. And I thought that was one of the biggest pushes, or that even Brother Sharpe was saying that, hey man, this is my stuff I built. And so I just want to get you guys feeling on in regards to, do you feel like when something like that happens, this is something that can just destroy everything he has? Because it seems like, hey man, listen, that's the ESPN stuff is great. The corporate sponsor stuff is good. And actually, like I said, I think that's something you get ahead of it, and time fixes that stuff, right? It can be a little funky at first as far as people backing out. But if you get ahead of it, time fixes that kind of stuff. As long as there's nothing illegal. Like I said, because they discussed money, I don't think it was, right? With doing that. But I want to get you guys feeling, what do you feel about that? Do you think that something like that can be a detriment to somebody if they got their own stuff? And like I said, that's when I hear people saying this, like, man, this guy has two big platforms, and I get the corporate sponsorship, but they come back. They come back. They come back. You stay ahead of it. Now you get 4 or 5 more stories like that. That's a problem. 4 or 5 more allegations come up. There's an issue or stuff like that. Right? And he's one of the main people. That's how stuff happens. When people put out stuff and he'll say, hey, you should have did this, shouldn't did that. See how stuff happen, man. We all human. But I'm just thinking about just some of the comments he made on people with, people may have been in funky spots just like that. quick to give your opinion on something till you go through it. But I just want to get you guys' opinion. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that something like that can cause an end to what he has going on? Because I think the brother got a lot of emotion going on, especially with the Club Shay Shay and the late night podcast. I think that's opened up a lot of doors for him. I don't know how well to look. Me being an accountant, I have a different lens when it comes to just seeing folks busy. But I do know when you have those podcasts, I can imagine what kind of money he's making from the podcast, if he truly owns the podcast, after all the costs and stuff are settled out and everything. But just want to get you guys' opinion. What do you feel like there could be something that could be very detrimental to him, or just something that, hey man, listen, you're ahead of it, you don't need to panic, just stay ahead of the game, clear everything up, I apologize, I own it, and just move forward? What are you guys' feelings on it?